Mwarewa Maito, welcome to CTA Next Gen. I am your host Wanjiro Moirore, and this is where we put the T in CTA. CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen.
Tuendelee, let's go on.
Sorry, I didn't. I'm laughing too hard. So anyway, Mr. Njau, today the interviewer becomes the interviewee. Do you have anything to say for us before I throw you in the deep end?
Yeah, I was just dragged here by this Gen Z, and I am obeying and following orders. But excited. It's going to be fun, I promise you.
Yes, so our goal is to Gen Z-fy him as well as, commentate on some of the CTAs that we've had. So, Mr. Njau,
Yes.
Body T.
Body T. The T is tea.
Body T.
What do you tell me to say?
Body matcha.
Body matcha.
And then?
Clock it.
Clack.
Clock.
Clack.
Clack.
Yes, clack it.
As you can clearly see, I'm being schooled. So, Meg, what's the purpose of this show? Why did you ask me to sit down here and have this conversation?
I want you to gossip your guests.
You want me to gossip my guests?
We put the T. It's CTA.
Guys, I promise I'm also finding out what the show is about with you and Aizo and Deno, who we are here with.
Yes. So the subject of today's tea, we are going to find out, because I'm going to read Richard a quote, and then he's going to tell me who he thinks that person is. If he gets it wrong, it's a win for me. So pray that he gets it wrong. So let me know who this person is.
Okay.
The most humbling moment, and that was a good moment, was when I finished the story and the auditorium of 600 and something people, they stood up. I got a standing ovation that was not scripted. And that's a part I left out to say. That's how I transitioned to accept that I am a villager.
It's not Mary Wamai. It's not Mary.
I can hear the sound of dollars coming into my account.
That's when I got to accept that I am a villager. I know who this is. How can I? I know everything about my guests. It's Kendi Ntwiga.
Yeah.
Clarky!
620 people.
Wow.
Came to have a conversation about she believed she could, so she did. That was the theme for the event.
Did you give your story?
I did. Now, you see the reflective moment I had coming down from DC to coming to...
Yes.
Because I used that platform to also launch She Goes Tech. Because I had just formed it in November, so used the platform on February 11th, which means She Goes Tech is, how many years are those? Yeah, old now. I used the platform to launch. And because I'm the one who's the host, I had to give a keynote speak.
Ooh.
And to give a keynote speak, what you're answering to is why is this important? Richie, I gave my story about growing up in the village. I had never spoken loudly about growing up in the village. I had never spoken out loudly about taking on the sciences as a shortcut to making it. There was this view that I was successful in the corporate space already, but there was this view that I needed, in my opinion, to protect. But that view had nothing to do with being a villager. It took a moment. But that was me finally accepting that I am a village girl.
Wow. That was a turning moment.
It was.
Okay, do you remember the context?
Yes, it was, she was talking about, so let me explain. The books that I read are people's lives. When I interview them, it's their stories are the books that I've read. I've interviewed over 150 people. So I learn from their lives. I don't do CTA for you or you watching or the audience watching. I do CTA to better my own life.
Selfish.
Selfish, but at least I put the camera there as a fly on the wall for you to take information. That's why the interview style is not an interview. It's just me having a conversation with somebody because I'm learning. That's why you see I can remember. So that was when she was at a conference at she does something tech. It was She Goes Tech, yes. She Goes Tech, and she had just spoken, and it was the first time that she gave her story. Kendi came from the village, and she had hidden her upbringing. She had hidden who she was. She was embarrassed and ashamed of who she was, but who she was or where she started from was the magic of the story.
Clackets. So, paint us a picture. What were your assumptions rather about Kendi going into this interview?
If I tell you how Kendi came to CTA, you'll think it's very crazy. So after I did Jimmy Gathu, I wanted to work at Meta. So in my mind, I had Meta as a destination of a place that I wanted to work at. After I did Jimmy Gathu, which was maybe October, forgotten the year. It was in October. I get a LinkedIn message from Kendi. And she's like, oh, I really liked this. Who are you? What do you do? So I talked to her, but I had already spoken to Pastor Nick about introducing me to somebody who was in Nairobi Chapel who works at Meta. But I told him, somehow I just said, no, forget this. I didn't feel like that was the way I was going to end up at Meta. I've gone round, but I'm going somewhere with this story.
No, I get.
So I randomly get a message on LinkedIn from Kendi. And I'm just like, what are the chances? Somebody from Meta is working. God, I hear you. So anyway, she's like, let's meet in December. December comes and goes. I forget. We don't even meet. I don't even reach out to her. Then the next year, January, I do Pius. January of must have been 2024. Yeah. We're in 2026. It wasn't last year. It was the year before.
2024, maybe 2023, if I'm not wrong.
Anyway, January, I do Pius. And Kendi reaches out to me again. She's like, please, please, please send me all these things. So I get her number and we exchange. She's like, I'm going to be in Kenya in March. No, in February. Please send me these Pius videos. So I send them to her. So fast forward to February, she comes and I go and meet her. So when I meet her, this is the first time I meet her, and I'm trying to figure out how am I going to end up in Meta. Meta is the goal. So we end up talking, and I really like this Chile. And then I hear something crazy. I hear God tell me, this is your next CTA. So I tell her, I know this is going to sound very strange, but you're my next CTA. Now, Kendi wanted to meet me so that I could introduce her to one or two people because she was doing a conference. Prosper Path conference. We're just meeting. In that, actually, we're just meeting. But in that meeting is when I got to find out she was doing the Prosper Path conference. So I tell her, this is very strange. You're my next CTA. She's like, bruh.
I have nothing.
Google me.
I know.
You won't see a thing about me. And it's true. So Kendi was very under the mat. So I tell her, I'm just telling you what I've been told. She's like, okay, we end up talking. Then she's like, oh, I've got this event I want to do. Then I look at her and I tell her, there's only 2 places you can do this event. And I look at her and I tell her, no, there's only 1 place you can do this event. There's a Indian temple stroke conference room in Loresho. And I tell her, that's the only place you can do the event. She starts crying. She's like, I booked that event yesterday. Oh my God, God really wants me to do CTA. So long story short, she cancelled all her plans, and Friday we were at Hemingway's shooting CTA. So my first thing of meeting Kendi is that she's very spirit-led. And she takes her God very seriously. So you can't just manipulate her and try and get your way. She was very grounded in God. She was also very senior at what she does in terms of her career. But I didn't understand that at that moment. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So
umechukua show yako you turn into a CTA.
I know. I'm about to be like, let me channel the Richie. Wow, 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 wow. You don't know what you're doing.
Kwenda.
That's how you do it.
Okay, go on.
So, okay. So I'm trying to understand. This is nice because it shows there was communication. You had your agenda. Both of you thought that this connection was something completely different than what it panned out to be.
Yes.
So going in on this day of the CTA, what are you expecting? Like, because I believe there's how you envision something before the project begins, and then there's the light that comes after. So now that we've had Kendi CTA, we know the impact. Is it something that you foresaw at that time?
With Kendi, yes. Because an impact is relative.
Yeah.
What I mean is some people view impact by views, others view impact by, whatever your metrics is for that. So with Kendi, she fits what is my ideal CTA. She's a behind the scenes person who nobody knows exists, who's come from quote unquote nothing and has risen to global ranks. From a career perspective, I wanted to figure out how do you break past the barriers of Kenya to go global. So I was very interested in learning that. Again, I'm very selfish with CTA. It's for myself. How do I make CTA go global? How do I make my other things that I do in my life go global? So when I sat down with her, I just wanted to hear her path. There's a saying that I say, the tagline on CTA is you truly never know people until you take the time out to get to know people. The value, the knowledge is, I call it the prime real estate between people, your two ears, like here. So my job is to unpack what is here, make you talk it, put it into this thing called a video in a way that anybody can understand. So yeah, I wanted to, and Kendi came with the right posture. That's another thing. You can sit on these seats or the CTA seat and are going through things and never tell anybody.
True.
Kendi came vulnerable.
Yeah.
So vulnerable that after we shot, she refused me to release the video for like a month.
Wow.
And me, I shoot today and I release tomorrow. She refused me to release that thing until, again, Kendi is spiritual. So until God was like, hey, you need to give him the green light.
Honestly speaking, Kendi has been one of the most impactful CTAs I've ever listened to. Like, look at my hair. Come on. If you need more.
Actually, let me ask you a question. What is it that you liked about Kendi?
So first of all, let's start with her tone.
Interject.
I know, right? Nimeanza kuinterview huyu mtu anatucheza. Let's start with her tone of voice. Kendi was speaking like this. Richard, at that time, when I started working in, was it Ntwiga, somewhere there? And she's talking, so it ropes you in, like just how she was talking, the first thing. And then she had the ability to paint a very beautiful picture with just her words, which is an ability most people lack. So I really appreciated that. She's amazing to look at. That's another thing. But then it also gave me so much hope. And not to lie, when I was listening to Kendi's story at that time, I was doing not very well in life. I was depressed, broke, dating somebody undiagnosed son who's laughing now. I was going through a lot, you get. But then
Give it a moment.
I don't need a moment. But then when I listened to that CTA, it gave me so much hope because I saw Kendi rise through the ranks, and it was in the unconventional way. She had not completed uni. She started in very low levels, and then just out of nowhere you have this job in HP, you have this job in Microsoft, Oracle. Like even how she was transitioning from job to job, it was so encouraging. It gave me so much hope, and it's only right now looking in hindsight, I'm like, hiya, I'm kind of becoming Kendi.
You're kind of walking the walk.
Once I master that tone of voice so that I can come and talk to you like this in a way that makes you guys respect me and take me seriously. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back after this short break.
Break already?
Yeah, we've talked for so you've talked for so long.
Oh, stop.
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.
Welcome back to Next Gen CTA. I hope you enjoyed the break and you had a chance to breathe. If you can see, I don't have makeup, I don't have nails, and that's because you're broke. But if you advertise with that, we will solve this problem.
We is not broke.
Then why don't I have a makeup artist? You know, these guys are treating me.
Words. You CTS don't teach you
we are
things.
we're not broke.
Your words are powerful, Bana.
The Lord is good. The Lord is kind.
God.
So if things go well, next time you won't even recognize me.
No, but I'm very serious. Words are powerful.
No, yeah.
So I'm very cautious about speaking reality versus speaking faith in reality.
Yeah. So let me say it the way my countrymen say it. We're not broke. Niko get your money. What's that?
I'm unclocking that one under the table.
No,
What is it?
Kogeria money.
I'm trying.
No, yeah, so it usually says nikujaribu too, but it's the rich who say that.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I pull up here with a Tenza silver, you know, the kaka Tony, not the kaka, the big car Tony Mwirege bought. Do you know that, by the way?
No.
Oh my God. So Tony Mwirege, he bought a Mazda and Tenza silver with 1 million in cash. He has done like 500 videos to let us know. Everyone on the internet, you ask them, what's Tony Mwirige's car? It's a silver Mazda and a Tenza that he bought for 1 million in cash. But it's such a good
School
thread.
me. Who's Tony Morigi?
I believe he's a radio presenter or something. I used to confuse him with the comedian Mwirege, the one who can't dance.
Yeah.
Yes, but he's a radio presenter.
Okay.
I'll show you all that TikTok lore.
Okay.
So he's been recording his car, like he's showing us, oh, I took my silver Mazda and Tenza that I bought for 1 million in cash to be blessed by the priest, and then in Umbewa, and then I've gone to buy eggs and bread with my silver Mazda and Tenza that so whether that's marketing genius.
I love it.
Yes. So when you find someone like him,
Yeah.
they're the kind of people to say, niko geria mani, nikujaribu tu. You get, but then you're jaribuing and umefika.
Make it.
Exactly.
Me, I've gotten a different thing from this example. The show is called CTA Next Gen.
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.
Let's go on. The show is called CTA Next Gen. By none others. Yours truly. Not me. Morewa Maito. So, during my come up, radio presenters were the superstars.
Ah,
So we knew
all of that.
all radio presenters. Radio presenters were umefika. Because there's no social media in an essence. Actually, there's none. So the Eve D'Souza's, the Jimmy Gathus, Caroline Toko, hey, those were the superstars of superstars.
Just by their voice.
Now, I honestly can't think of one radio presenter. Unless the radio presenter is fast now a social media influencer.
Yes.
In fact, even when employment started happening, when there was a shift, TV personalities started becoming personalities of social fast. You get? So,
Yeah.
now you're someone like DJ Sadiq. They would also look at what is your social media influence. You get? In terms, not just your skill, but what following do you also have on social media influence? That now was also opening up job opportunities for you. So there's been a huge change in how media is consumed.
Yeah, that's an interesting history lesson. I don't know any radio presenter, to be honest. I only know the ones you know, the legacy ones. I don't want to insult anyone.
Yeah.
So coming back to this, I don't know that I finished my introduction, but anyway, this is CTA Next Gen, where we put the T in CTA. I made it to slap this time. Steamer.
See, steamer.
Oh, upepo.
Upepo. We're shooting this outside in the rawness.
Aha.
Do you like this, the set? But I really like your set.
I love it. Yeah, you guys are welcome. This is where we chill. It's very therapeutic. Yeah, we need it because, you know, millennials need that. There's going to be a lot of culture shock. So you can go outside and hug a tree in case it gets too much. So going back to Kendi. Kendi's story is popular because of the phrase, everybody needs a dolly. Do you have a dolly?
Yes-ish. In the perspective of a dolly was somebody who older than Kendi, who's walked with Kendi and given Kendi advice in her different transitions in life or different situations in life. But mostly it was, I liked how she played a role in her different transitions, career transitions, life transitions, have it be, for example, getting married, getting kids. Kanji was my dolly and still is. I still talk to Kanji. Kanji is still somebody who, when it's necessary or when I've reached, the limits, let me first take it then to Kanji. Yeah.
Nice. I somehow I knew that answer. Don't ask me how. The next question, you have a dolly, Kendi has a dolly, I have a dolly, everybody needs a dolly. But not everybody has access to a dolly. So what would you advise somebody who wants a dolly, but they can't seem to find one?
Watch CTA. I'm not lying. Like, I know that sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
Look at all the information that you have acquired in life from hearing. So, I used to have a rap. Potholes filled up by those who came before me. Mentor, big brother, mad props to Kanji. So that's, CTA is people who already know where the potholes are.
Yeah.
So the best book you can read is somebody's life story. And I know this sounds like, I don't want to sound like I'm promoting CTA.
No. I get you because...
No, I am.
You've ruined it, bruh.
No, I honestly don't, but I'm just saying there's too much value packed in people's lives.
I completely agree. In fact, when I was coining this question, I was thinking about, the antisocial people that even struggle to make a friend. You get. So how much harder is it for them to find somebody to walk with them, the path of life? And with digitization, community has been diluted to a point where human beings are individuals. Even the family unit is broken up. And I'm not just talking about divorce and stuff. I'm talking about how, cut off culture and going no contact, things like that. And we'll get to that. But we are becoming more individualistic as a society. There's the pros of that and there's the cons of that. But we cannot deny the fact that we do need each other. So I was thinking about this person who's found themselves in this place. They have no one to look up to. Family has kumenda venye kulienda. You get there. Nobody's aspirational. I'm thinking about people like, I was listening, he's not been to CTA, but I've heard his story elsewhere, Terence Creative, talking about his life in, was it Mathare? Mathare is a slum. I will confuse it with the mental hospital, yes, but it was in Mathare, Postdream Lango Soko or something. So yani growing up, this is your reality. How do you get out? And most times it's usually finding someone like a dolly. But then when you've answered that way, I've realized the answer is digital. We have a digital problem and the answer is digital. Because when you can...
The start is digital.
Yes.
So it's the low-lying fruit. So how do you extract value? You want to be a rapper. You want to be in business. How do you then already hear the story of people who have gone before you and extract just some bit of value? And then now you are like, oh, now that I've got that, maybe I now can try and reach out to that person or somebody similar within that person. Because even in hearing him talk or her talk, you may hear them talk about other people. And maybe you won't have access to that person. But you'll have access to the people around them. But that's a low-lying fruit, and it's an excuseless one. Yeah.
So how did you meet Kanji? You didn't have CTA.
I walked. I have a song called Angel. Nilikuwa natembea studio to studio trying to get a record deal, but producers kept on saying, A-star not real. That is a true fact. I walked at that time to practically, apart from Calif Records, I wasn't going that side of the highway. It was too far to walk. Josiah Studio, Shaz Effects. I went to all of these studios trying to get a place to do music. And after trying for so long, I finally got to meet Kanji. And somebody connected me. So maybe about after a year of trying, I got to meet Kanji.
Okay.
But I wasn't ready to meet, that's another lesson. I wasn't ready to meet Kanji when I wanted to meet Kanji. The year of hardship, struggle, hard life also formed me. That by the time I met Kanji, I was ready. Because I met Kanji and he told me, come tomorrow and record a song. But because I was already ready, I had my whole song ready.
Wow. So I love that you've given the backstory, but explain for us the moment, the nini, the actual meeting, Kanji. So somebody connects you.
So I go to Nairobi Chapel, Nairobi Baptist. Kanji had a concert. And then I see them perform for the first time. Actually, I wasn't going to meet Kanji. I was going for that thing. And I saw them perform and I was like, wow. Aaron Rimbuyi was on stage, Nemantalel, Riga, Kanji, Blackman. And I was like, this is the studio that I want to record with. Because these guys look like they have God. I don't even want to do music with them. I just want to be part of this family. So then I talked to the Pastor Majid. Pastor Majid was like, your studio is just here next to Mimosa. So this is January 5th. January 6th, I went there. I went there. I've spoken a bit like Kanji. I went there.
People won't shika that. So, because I never understood. Richard is always grilling me for saying Thursday. So apparently, when you have money, you say Thursday.
And no, I was dissing Kanji because Kanji sometimes had a bit of a lisp. That's why I was saying that. But you say Thursday. What's Thursday?
Thursday.
Anyway, it was a Thursday, the 6th of January.
Thursday.
I went to see Kanji and I went to that studio every single day for 1 month. I didn't see Kanji the whole of, actually, I didn't see Kanji the whole of January, the whole of February. I finally met him in March. And I had, because I would go and just sit there the whole day.
Yeah.
So one day, the Kanji was like, I hear there's a guy who's been waiting to meet me every day. He's like, what do you want? He said, I want to record an album here. I said, sorry, we don't do hip hop. She told me, okay, but come record a demo tomorrow.
So why did he give you a chance yet they didn't do your kind of music?
I think my persistence. Eric Musioka, in one of the CTS, persistence, perseverance, and another P. Yeah.
And for me, one thing that Diamond has taught me from that experience is that, persistence is everything. Persistence and just being, what do you call it? Continuously doing something. There's a word for it. Consistency, persistency, and perseverance. Because Diamond was a nobody at that point. He wasn't the Diamond we know today. Yeah. But at least it shows you don't ever dismiss anyone. We all start down there and all get to the top.
So you guys are performing this song at MTV Awards.
Yes.
And then Diamond
is singing the chorus. Yeah, Diamond is just singing the chorus.
And the international superstars.
Now as we are on the same floor with Rick Ross, T-Pain, we are up there, and 10th floor Eka Suits Hotel in Lagos. We are the guys. We are there.
That's actually a good point because I wanted us to digress kidogo. You're pursuing one thing for a whole year and you don't give up on it. Mbona?
Because I knew that's what I was being told to do.
So it was obedience.
Yes. No, Again, Mungu sina sauti ya kuongea. I'm hopeless, I'm the cordless, mimi skillless. Mungu akaniambia kama yule Moses. Who gives? It was obedience.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, okay, so moving on swiftly.
Back to Kendi.
So this is a popular hot take. People say no one is coming to save you. What do you think about that?
It's true. No one is coming to save you, but there are people who want to save you. And you will only... Production, hiyo ni sawa? Tuendelee. We're outside and there's winds, there's planes, and there's beautiful...
trees and birds and bees.
Ni sawa, tuendelee tu.
Yes, you are telling me about how you agree with that hot take, that no one is coming to save you.
Yes, no one is coming to save you. People are trying to save themselves. But then, if you're walking the path, you will meet somebody trying to save themselves and they will need you. And them needing you will be them saving you.
That's a good point.
You get? So, everybody is trying to save themselves, but you can't be trying to save yourself in bed asleep. And just the truth. Nobody's about to come and get you out of bed and pull you out. And I know I say this, and it may sound like I'm not downplaying that situation of maybe depression, hardship, whatever that keeps you in bed. But you need to find a way to take the first step of just get out of bed. And that's in a different life.
Yeah.
in somebody else, nobody's trying here to, even right now, help you. You see, you're the one who's brought me here, because you brought me here now. I'm like, oh, let's try it. Let's see what happens with this show. And in the mix, it may benefit and will benefit both of us. Yeah.
That's interesting. So what we're saying basically is that a dolly is not a savior.
No. Wow, that's so deep. A dolly is not a savior. A dolly is somebody to guide you and show you the path, to illuminate the path. Who do you talk to? When you're in course, do you start telling people what you've done?
So I told. So meanwhile, all this time, but the constant person, just remember all this life journey, the constant voice with me is always Dolly, by the way. So even when that call on Friday, immediately we got to thinking. As in, I called her and I told her, even her, she sighed, because this one she had not seen. She's like, where? Okay. Yes. But so she's the person I constantly spoke to.
So Dolly has been with you from HP?
Yes, she's been my constant
till today?
voice. Yes.
Wow.
She is my sister in every sense.
This story is insane. So suddenly, you have this new job.
No, first, before I get that job, because I'm waiting for that, they're actually sending an offer for Microsoft for a different role, as in that the role they were interviewing me for. So me, I'm buying time. And here I'm talking to Dolly. She's trying to explain to me. She's like, you want to go to Microsoft because of the brand. How many American companies have you worked for? I tell her, she knows obviously. What responsibility has it been? You go to Microsoft, what will you do? Do you know what it means to go and be in checkpoints? Do you know what learning you will do? You will learn to be the MD for checkpoints in the region. Do you know what elevation in terms of responsibility that is? This is Dolly someaing me, by the way, because at this time she's realized I'm not thinking. So then she just tells me, can you use your mind? And can you stop buying time? Because can you go and accept that job and go start it on 2nd of May?
Let me say, every human being needs a dolly.
You can say that.
Every human being needs a dolly.
Yes.
What's that?
Oh, clock.
No.
Clock it.
No. Say 12.
Clock it!
Clock.
Oh, clock. Clock.
Clock
it! Oh, so it's not clock.
No, we've moved on. We've done this the whole morning. Lucky millennials. Serves me right for trusting people who used to call 5 Bob Kobole. Anyway, we'll be back after this break.
Okay, sir.
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.
Welcome back to CTA Next Gen, where we have myself, Mwarewa Maito, and Ancient of Days. And we're here to put the tea.
I'm supposed to do...
Yes.
It's been filled.
In
Okay.
CTA.
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.
Let's go on.
Before the break, we were talking about how everybody needs a dolly, how to get a dolly, how a dolly is not your savior. And you brought out a very important point on how you will be needed, and in somebody needing you, they will save you. So it's value for value. So even when somebody, if you're ever going to be helped out of a pit, there's an exchange. A transaction has to happen. That being said, now we are going back. Now we want to have a look at the interview. Now outside the details of the interview.
Okay.
So, for example, what was your greatest lesson after sitting down with Kendi?
That I'm on the right path. Kendi, sometimes you live your life in a way that is not conventional. So Kendi was very instructional. She lived her and lives her life according to instructions. So it's not a popular thing that you hear a lot of people saying about. So God gives her instructions and then she does. Before making a decision, she goes to God. Before this, that, the other, her and God, it's not a question. She's not just going to make moves without that. So my takeout from that CTA was that's stay on that path that you're on. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. So what question do you wish you had asked her then? Like right now, what question do you wish you'd have asked her in that interview, but you didn't get to ask her?
So CTA is really cool. CTA has gotten me jobs. CTA has gotten me friends. CTA is not just the interview that I do. So Kendi is like one of my closest people, friends. We in that season we spoke literally every other day. And maybe the year after that. Now we talk, and when we talk, we have very in-depth
Conversations.
Yeah, conversations. So I've asked her all that I need as and when the time comes.
So you exhausted
Yeah.
that interview.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions for me?
Yes. What was your takeout from the CTA?
From Kendi CTA? Like I said, breaking through life, it showed me, I love how you said an unconventional way, because there's the mainstream way of living, you go to school, you study for something, you get a job. After that job, you get a promotion, etc, etc. And then some people like myself, tunakuja tukiwa tumegongwa 10 nil na maisha. So we don't even qualify for that conventional path. So it was a lot of hope for me, showing me that there's a scripture that says God will make rivers flow in the desert. So hata kama nimegongwa 10 nil, God will just turn the tables. And indeed the tables did turn. So yeah, that was my greatest take home.
What about, what similarities have you seen in her life with yours thus far? Where's the tissue? Sianze kulia hapa. Sianze kulia hapa, please.
We ni gangster guys. This is the Gadi. Well, to be honest, I don't even think I'm in a place where I can compare myself with Kendi, to be honest. I can say just the general nini of coming from, can anything good come out of Nazareth? So coming from a disadvantaged background, etc, etc. At the time I was listening to the interviews, unfortunately, pastors, brethren, and members of the faith, I have fallen far, far, far from grace. So back then, I was living instruction by instruction, so I could relate. In fact, it was very encouraging as a Christian, hearing somebody who's high in corporate talking about how, and then God told me, then God opened this door, then I met my supervisor, and, they also got fearing, because I didn't have that exposure at the time. Like, I thought, in corporate, you say God, and then it's off with your head. You understand? And it's just not because... because most workplaces are very, religiously neutral. So you're free to do whatever you want, but then don't bring it to work. So hearing Kendi talk about how God was first and foremost in everything, and he indeed never failed her, that was it was so encouraging. So I think I can relate with Kendi on the God matter. Unfortunately, now I'm... God, oh. It's not easy. It's not been easy maintaining the faith in the point I am in life. I am part of the faith, most definitely, but I'm not as obedient as I used to be.
25 for me was a big, as in, I'm like, guy, you're not a child anymore. 25, you're big, as in it's big. And then I reflect, I took time, I'm very reflective. I allowed myself to live through the decisions I had made throughout my life. And on that birthday, I told myself, up to here, you can have an excuse. Because up to 25, you can say I was not told. You can blame it on the family I was born in. You can blame it on so many other things.
Friends, kila kitu.
Everything. But 25, you are a legit adult. Any decision you make from this time forward is on you. That is, it's on me. Meaning, I needed to make the decision of, am I letting myself down again? Or am I showing up for myself? So my life, it is Kendi before 25 and Kendi after 25. That birthday, in agreement with God, who I had now, because I knew I'm born again. I went for fellowship, I went on my knees, I prayed, and I told him, from now on, I live for you. Now, make this work, and start with my friends.
Why is it a top watch for you?
The story.
Yeah.
Sasa unaona venye tables zinataningi huyu mtu. No, when ulikuwa
Napata research.
Sasa now I'm already talking about vulnerable things that I didn't want to talk about. Why was it a top watch for me? The vulnerability. Like you said, Kendi came ready to share, and while as the viewers we might not have the words to express that, I can tell you when it was, I never wanted to put that story down. And then because you refused to put it here on Spotify.
Walipe. Go on.
So tuko huku na YouTube videos, unafua YouTube video inacheza, unaenda soko YouTube video inacheza. Like I remember Kendi was part of my life for an entire week. You get, so I even remember vividly that week. I remember where I was. I remember referring my friends to that story. I introduced that Muthoni is my best friend. I introduced Muthoni to CTA through Kendi. So I was like, no, we need to watch her. She loves God. She fears God. Da 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 da. So for me, it's a top watch, number one, because of her vulnerability, and because of that vulnerability, it edifies you. You understand? She is not talking, and now it's even great to know that she was so vulnerable. She was afraid of releasing it. She had to hold on to it for an entire month after that. It's what was my sentence before I said that? Because I go like this and then I confuse myself.
Endelea tu palinenda.
No, there's a sentence and I've lost
You
it.
and Modoni, you even introduced Modoni into it.
Yeah, so yeah, that vulnerability, you're gaining life out of it. Yes, she wasn't telling the story to be braggadocious or maybe to add it to her LinkedIn profile that she'd sat on CTA. It was really empowering. You get, and imagine, Tebu just go watch it. Kwanza, go and listen to the way she talks like this. And then she's like, and even when she's shouting, and Richard, when I was going to say, and then Richard's like, my God. So it's definitely, it has to be my top 5, but I don't want to rank them because we have a lot to go through. But it's definitely my top 5.
Okay. Last question. What's your takeout today from that CTA? You could have taken out something at that time, and that's a thing that you needed for your life at that time. But maybe now we're talking and you're like,
Yes, like now looking back to it, I think it's Kendi's obedience and alignment to God. Look at you.
Okay. Okay, go.
Kendi's obedience and alignment to God. Like, I covet her relationship with God, and it's crazy that that's something I had at the the problem. I hate having these conversations and you're making me do this, because one thing I've realized with social media is when
You are coveting, go on.
Yes, but let me say why I have comes about going. Let me divert. You're ruining my thingy. So I've realized with social media, when I have a conversation, when I talk about something, I'm inviting a group of strangers to comment about that thing with me. You get? Now, because I put this content of this video, somebody in the comments will highlight maybe a certain part of the video because I put it. So conversations that I don't want the public to feel free to talk to me about, I most definitely do not touch. So you're making me touch conversations and I don't want to talk to the public about, because I don't want to pass that there. But if you delete that comment, I can read your paragraph already. Somebody telling, yeah, Meg, you have walked away from the bruh. So back to this thingy. I covet her relationship with God, and it's something I had at the time, and it's something that they have been working back towards, because leaving the church has its side effects. Nah, I'm gonna make this controversial. You asked for it.
No, I'm just nakunywa maji.
Sips water. Yeah, so it has its side effects, and on one side, in as much as I avoid the drama that comes with community, on the other side, I lose accountability. You understand? So I miss when I would, even before like making a connection or talking to somebody, I'll be like, God, is this person right for me? Or when I have a problem, my first thought is to pray about it. I still pray, but it's not as automatic. It's like when you've been to the gym and then you are lifting God knows how much, and you build so much muscle, and then you like have one cheat day, and then that cheat day becomes two, and then now you're sitting there and you and your belly button are making eye contact, and you're like, wow, once upon a time.
Nothing.
Get back to you. So this conversation is just reminding me of that part, and I'm like, yeah, that was nice, good old days.
Okay. So the thing that you liked, that you took, and that you're still taking out of Kendi's CTA is the God factor.
It is the God factor. And there's just a peace with God. There's just an ease with God. Kendi is the testament that in as much as, yes, the Bible does say we will suffer, it's not necessarily written down that it's financial suffering or systemic suffering, or Christians have to be, the bottom of society. You understand? We have Christians in leadership, and I don't mean Christian as the religious brand, but people who are serious, they that know their God. You understand? They shall be strong and do exploits. So it's that reminder, and she doesn't have the mainstream religion. It's an intimate relationship with God. I remember even when she introduced herself, she said, I am Kendi Ntwiga, and above all else, I am God's child.
Yeah, that's deep. You nakumbuka mpaka intro.
Nakumbuka, because it took me aback, like, mtu wa meta. God's child, tell me more. Even me, I am. And then let me say this, most times, because I'm in that place when people ask me, maybe how did you get to where you are, how do you do what you do, da 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 da. When I say it's God, people are usually like, saka uku kama uku utuambie usituambie. But then I'm like, do you know, that's the best thing I can tell you? Because if I tell you it's connections, and trust me, it's not, even everything I have, it first came through God. If it's a connection, it came through God. If it's an ability, it came through God. So I am giving you the step one, God. You have access to that God. You don't have access to my connections. You don't have access to my talents. You don't have access to, your path is not mine. But the one thing that makes you and me, the one thing that we have in common and we have access to and everyone has access to is God. So when I say it is God, you should even rejoice. Because the same God I pray to is the same God you have access to. So that tells you, just like me, let me tell you, we will do this again. Do you know how broke I was when I was watching Kendi? And then when she said she was God's child, and I'm like, I'm also God's child. Let's switch the topic.
But I met you because of Kendi.
I did. You did.
Anyway, last question. Kendi's chapter, there's a point where it now left Kenya and it went global. Mm-hmm. You're not there yet, yet. But is that, was there anything aspirational that you took away out of that watch?
So that's the thing about CTAs, and I think that's why it's important to rewatch CTAs. I've never done that. Well, I watch CTAs the first time to be edified, and if I go back again, it's now work related, get a chair days, and now CTA next gen CTA. Wait, no, it's CTA next gen. No, he confused me. He says ChatGTP. Verbal dyslexia. So now it's imeninkia. So don't catch my disease. It's CTA next gen. So
I was just chilling.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So with CTA, I watched it at that time, and I was at a different point in life. And if I watch it now the global aspect would stand out for me. Because in fact, when I was summarizing my year, I don't know whether you want to share with them like the word that represents your 2026.
Me? Mm-hmm. God's billboard.
Yes. So mine is global. for some reason it's global. So at this point, it will be very edifying if now I rewatch the whole CTA again, but now with that light of global. Because at that time, you think global, bruh, I was begging my landlord, Aki guys, sina 7 cheese. Lakini nalipo Saturday, ndio hii message ya bosi. You get, so you think I was thinking global. I was thinking next meal. But now I'm thinking global. Any global people watching? Yeah, so any other question, Richard? This is supposed you are not supposed to do this to me.
I'm done with my I'm glad that it had an impact for you. The whole reason why I bothered to package those stories. So thank you to Kendi for agreeing to come to CTA.
Yeah, this is the result.
Yes, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have never met Meg.
True. Very true, actually.
Clack it!
Clack it!
Clack it! By the way, you said thoughts. It's thoughts.
Bruh. You know,
It's not a thought leader. Who's a thought leader?
dealing with millennials is one thing. Dealing with Barbie millennials is a whole other pandemic. We were doing the mic check and then somebody is here. Mic chickity check. Baba watoto. Mic chickity check. So now that's why I said it's a money problem. Nyinyi watu wa brave ndio mnajua thought. Sisi we say Thursday. It's a the.
Okay.
There,
It's okay.
Thegio.
Potato, it's all the same. Bora to tengenezewe chips.
It is well. Okay, we have come to the very ceremonious end of this. This? How do you say this?
I just say it.
This episode, because now I'm very conscious about my because I don't know. It is well. So we've come to the ceremonious end of this episode. Pole, these are the Allah Aizo. Shout out to our main man Aizo. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, what did Kendi's episode do for you? What was the impact? Any questions that you have, any commentary, but please don't msini cross, especially if nilikuwa nakuwa vulnerable. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.